Oh, hello there. Pleased to make your acquaintance this evening. I'm glad you were able to make it. May I be so forward as to ask for this dance? Thank you. Are you enjoying the ball? It was arranged for the people after all. Well, yes, that too. But predominantly, it is for the people. To be merry and allow a break from the stresses of day-to-day life. And if I do say so myself, I believe it was put together quite nicely. You think it's naive? To wish the people good fortune and happiness? Well, if that is the case, then yes, I would say that I am rather naive. Though, I for one would prefer to call it being optimistic. So, tell me about yourself. If we should be dancing together, I would at least like the pleasure of knowing your name. I suppose you're right. That would be defeating the point of making this ball a masquerade. Still, I feel as though there was no purpose in my wearing a mask at all. Everyone in attendance already has seen my face enough times to be able to recognize me, with or without a mask. Well, since I cannot know your name, would you permit me to call you something else? I feel as if I've thought of the perfect alias for you. I think I should call you Scarlet. There is something about your person that reminds me of that deep red. Perhaps it is the fire in your eyes, as if there is some goal just before you that you cannot quite reach, but you are so desperately trying to touch it. Determination. I think it's an honorable trait. So, tell me about yourself. I feel like all my talking will take away from the attention I'm giving to you. Let's start with something simple. What sort of hobbies do you enjoy in your free time? Ah, is that so? You're quite the well-rounded individual, aren't you? I never would have considered to do some of those things for leisure. Though, I suppose it is difficult to think about leisurely activities when you have no time to partake in any. Especially not with tensions rising between us and Valteria. I fear any day now their armies might invade, and that I would be far too powerless to protect my people. If that were to happen, I fear Strombund might be swallowed whole. My apologies. I shouldn't be speaking of such worrisome topics. Not with someone as ravishing as you in my presence. Yes, you are quite ravishing. And, may I add, quite a skilled dancing partner. Anyway, I would like to hear more about you. You've spoken of your hobbies, but what else is there in your life? A family? Friends? What sorts of foods do you enjoy? I see. Well, in regards to food, might I say that you have quite exquisite taste. Your family and friends, though. From what you say, you don't sound to be of noble lineage, as these do not sound like people I recognize. I could always be wrong, though. And it isn't as if I'm familiar with every noble family in existence. Do you hail from this kingdom, or did you travel from afar? Really? I would never have guessed. Either way, I would like to thank you for taking the time to attend my humble masquerade this evening. Truly, I am glad that I was given the opportunity to meet someone such as yourself. Oh, but it is humble. The nobility and the common folk in one magnificent display of unity. It's all that I've ever dreamt of. Greater than anything I could have imagined, in fact. But admittedly, it is getting rather crowded on the dance floor, isn't it? I know I helped to organize this event, but I suppose I did not anticipate such a response. So, would you allow me to escort you to the garden? I assure you the view would be quite gorgeous under the light of the full moon this evening. Lovely. Then, shall we go? Here we are. Now the two of us are free to converse privately. And if you so wish, we can continue our dance. You do? Delightful. I hope you don't think it too forward of me, but you look more lovely under the moonlight than you did in the ballroom. I did not think that was possible. And look, the moon is almost at its highest in the sky. Doesn't it look rather marvelous so high above our heads? Huh? The time? I suppose it's about 10 minutes to midnight. Why do you ask? Never mind. That was rude of me to ask you. I apologize. It is none of my business, the reasoning. I'm sure you asked for a very good reason. Not as entitled as you expected of me? Goodness, I've never heard someone speak so forwardly to me before. If I were any other member of the Strumbund royal family, I'd suppose I would demand your head on a platter. But I don't bite, so no need to worry about that. There you go again with that wit of yours. It is quite charming, you know. I know not many appreciate a good sharp tongue, and it is even less appreciated among royalty. But I find it refreshing to hear such words. But to answer you, I don't believe this pompous cruelty to be the reason relations between our kingdom and Volteria have significantly gone sour. If I recall correctly, it was something that the previous king, my grandfather, had done, and relations have been tense ever since. Now, however, it has grown worse. The new queen is a cruel woman who is said to slaughter innocents who oppose her. I've no doubt she will soon make a move upon our land. And with such an army as strong as hers, I fear the worst for my people. Myself, you say? Why, if war approaches, I will be leading our armies on the front lines myself, as is tradition. I would gladly lay my life to defend those of the innocent townsfolk in my kingdom. That may be, but I am not afraid. As a royal, I've known since I was young that my life would often be targeted by thieves and assassins. So I am not afraid of fighting with my very life for those who cannot. In fact, it would be an honor to do so for my people. That was a bit morbid of me, wasn't it? Perhaps I should speak of other things. Your eyes look so sad after all. I do not want to be the one who makes you have such a look in your eyes. It isn't what I've said? Then what is it? If it's anything I can help you with, I'm more than willing to do so. I don't understand. What do you mean you're going to do something you may regret? What on earth are you doing? Get off of me! What is the meaning of this? I'm not afraid. I just want to understand why. Is it something I've done? Nothing personal? You're shaking. You mustn't quake if you've resolved to do this. Is this the goal I saw in your eyes earlier this evening? That dark intensity? Yes, I suppose I am giving advice to the person who has come for my life. Goodness, that is so like me. But I can't help it. Especially not when it's you. I apologize that I've done much of the talking this evening. But regardless, I would like to say one final thing before you do this. I promise I will accept my fate with dignity after that. Thank you. I just wish to say that tonight has been the most wonderful night in all of my life. Because I met the most intriguing, mysterious, lovely person. If they would permit me, I would have asked to court them properly. Don't cry, my dear. After all, it is you who chose this end for us.